How to speed up mental health recovery with simple everyday changes. If you're looking for ways to improve your mental health, you don't need to make big changes. In fact, it's the small everyday gestures that make the biggest difference. Maybe you've been through some tough times recently, or maybe you're just trying to find a little more peace in the midst of your busy life. What I want to show you today is that emotional recovery doesn't have to be complicated. With small changes to your daily routine, you can find the balance you've been looking for. Imagine what it would be like to wake up and feel like with just a few small adjustments, you can completely transform your mental health. A simple moment of conscious breathing, 5 minutes dedicated to something that makes you feel good, or even a pause to reflect on the things you're grateful for. It doesn't need to be a revolution. Sometimes change comes from subtle gestures that renew our minds and calm our spirits. In this video, we'll explore how these small changes can speed up your emotional recovery and bring more serenity to your routine. Stay with me and discover how, step by step, you can transform your mental health in a practical and accessible way. Focus on breathing and pausing. Take a deep breath. It seems so simple, almost automatic. But did you know that the way we breathe has a profound impact on our mental and emotional health? Breathing is a tool that we carry with us at all times, a resource that is always available, but that we often neglect. By paying more attention to our breathing, we can literally transform the state of our mind and body in a matter of minutes. With each inhale, you bring oxygen in, nourishing every cell in your body. And with each exhale, you release tension, worries, and the weight that has accumulated throughout the day. When we are anxious or stressed, our breathing tends to become short and rapid, which only worsens the feeling of discomfort. On the other hand, when you breathe slowly and deeply, you send a signal to your brain. Everything is okay. I am safe. This simple act of breathing with intention activates the parasympathetic nervous system, the system responsible for relaxation and calm. Let's do this together now. Inhale deeply through your nose. Feel the air entering and filling your lungs. Now hold that air for a few seconds. Just be present in this moment. And slowly exhale through your mouth, letting all the air out in a controlled manner. Repeat this a few times without rushing, and notice how your body responds. Your mind may feel a little lighter, your heart rate may slow down. This is the magic of conscious breathing. Setting aside a few minutes of your day to practice deep breathing may seem simple, even trivial, but the impact it has on your well-being is powerful. Imagine that your mind is like a glass full of water. During the day, this glass fills up with responsibilities, thoughts, worries, and stimuli. And without realizing it, this glass begins to overflow. Pausing to breathe works as moments of emptying this glass. They are minutes in which you allow your mind to calm down, your emotions to reorganize, and your body to return to its natural state of balance. These short breaks, distributed throughout your day, are like anchors that keep you present in the moment. And that makes all the difference. How many times have you stopped to take a deep breath in the middle of a meeting, or while dealing with a challenging situation? When we are under pressure, our first reaction is to hold our breath, as if this could help us cope better with stress. But in fact, it is the opposite. The more we allow ourselves to breathe consciously, the more capable we become of facing challenges with clarity and calm. These deep breathing pauses are also moments of reconnection with yourself. In the rush of everyday life, it is easy to lose this connection, to stop listening to what our body and mind are telling us. When you pause to breathe, even for just a few minutes, you are sending yourself a message of self-care. You are telling yourself that you matter, that you deserve this moment of rest, that it is okay to slow down. And over time, these small pauses will become a natural part of your routine. You will notice that instead of reacting impulsively to stress or anxiety, your first response will be to breathe. In moments of tension, before making a decision, before responding to a difficult situation, you will breathe. And with that, you will gain a new perspective, one that is calmer and more centered. Conscious breathing also has the power to bring your mind back to the present. Anxiety is often the result of thoughts that are stuck in the future, worries about what might happen, or memories of something that has already happened. When you focus on your breathing, you are literally anchoring your mind in the here and now. You are bringing your focus back to the only moment that truly exists, the present. And it doesn't have to be complicated. During the day between one task and another, stop for a moment. Maybe between emails or before entering a meeting, simply close your eyes and breathe deeply. Feel the air coming in and going out. Allow yourself these small moments of pause and notice how little by little they make all the difference in your mood, your energy, and your well-being. Breathing is one of the most powerful and accessible tools we have for taking care of our mental health. So the next time you feel the pressure building, the stress taking over, remember, all you need to do is stop, close your eyes, and breathe deeply. These breaks, no matter how small, are the key to calming your mind, regaining focus, and restoring your inner balance. Small moments of self-care. Self-care, a word that can often seem distant, difficult to achieve, as if it required a lot of time, effort, or even resources to practice it. But what I want to show you today is that self-care doesn't have to be complicated. In fact, it's the small moments of self-care throughout the day that have the greatest impact. These simple gestures are like small acts of self-care that renew your energy, balance your emotions, and restore your inner peace. Imagine your body and mind as a battery. Throughout the day, with each activity, each commitment, this battery is consumed. And without realizing it, we often let this battery reach critical levels. Stress, anxiety, and mental fatigue begin to appear. And before we know it, we are feeling exhausted. This is where small moments of self-care come in. They are like breaks to recharge this internal battery before it runs out completely. Think, for example, of a simple tea in the middle of the afternoon. It may seem like a trivial act, something we often do automatically. But if you transform this moment into a conscious pause, it becomes much more powerful. While preparing your tea, smell the aroma of the herbs, watch the steam rise from the cup, and allow yourself a few minutes to simply savor that moment, away from distractions. This small pause, as simple as drinking a cup of tea, is enough to calm your mind and restore some of the energy that has been drained throughout the day. Now imagine going outside, even for just a few minutes. Contact with the sun, feeling the breeze on your face, or simply watching the leaves move on the trees are small gestures that reconnect us with the world around us, and, more importantly, with ourselves. Spending a few minutes in the sun not only helps the body produce vitamin D, essential for good mood and physical health, but also provides a moment of mental pause. It is as if, for a moment, you were disconnected from your worries and completely surrendered to the present moment. And what about music? We all have that special song that makes us feel good, that transports us to a place of tranquility and lightness. When the day is heavy, put on your favorite song. Close your eyes and let the melody take over. It's not just about listening to music, but about allowing those minutes to be a true moment of self-care. Music has the power to change our emotional state, to elevate our mood, and it is a simple and accessible tool that can be used at any time. These small gestures are much more than mere activities. They are moments of pause that help us rebalance, calm our minds, and reconnect with what really matters. Self-care is not something that requires hours of dedication or large investments. It can be present in the details of your daily life, in the brief pauses you take to breathe, in the small choices you make to take care of yourself. Self-care is also about respecting your limits, understanding when it is time to stop, even for a few minutes, and do something for yourself. It could be a quick walk around the block, a break to stretch, or simply a moment to sit and observe nature. Every little action counts. And the impact of these moments, however subtle, is profound. Throughout the day, it's easy to get lost in the hustle and bustle of obligations, the rush, and external demands. But when you allow yourself these moments of self-care, however small, you're sending a powerful message to yourself. I matter. My well-being is a priority. And that's a message we need to remind ourselves of every day. The interesting thing is that the more you integrate these small moments into your daily routine, the more they become second nature. They go from being an exception to becoming an essential part of your routine. And over time, you'll find that these brief moments of self-care leave you better prepared to face the challenges of the day, with a clearer mind and a calmer heart. Self-care is about finding small refuges throughout your day. And these refuges can be found in simple gestures. It could be while you're cooking something you like, taking a long shower at the end of the day, or simply turning off your phone for a few minutes to disconnect from the outside world. Each of these moments, no matter how brief, are opportunities to regenerate your mind and body. And remember, there's no right way to practice self-care. What matters is that these breaks have meaning for you, that they make you feel better, more renewed and balanced. It's not about following a formula, but rather about listening to what your body and mind are asking for and responding to those calls with kindness and attention. So today, set aside a few minutes for yourself. Whether it's for drinking that calming tea, feeling the sun on your face, or listening to your favorite music. These little moments are like recharging your internal battery, revitalizing and balancing your mind without much effort, but with a great impact on your well-being. Establish a light routine. Have a light routine. This may seem contradictory in the midst of so many responsibilities, commitments, and deadlines. We often think of a routine as something rigid, full of tight schedules and obligations, but the truth is that it can be your best ally in recovering your mental health, as long as it is built in a flexible and balanced way. Establishing a light routine means creating a structure that makes sense to you, that allows you to be productive and at the same time, gives you space to breathe and respect your own limits. The first step towards this is to understand that it is not about filling the day with commitments. In reality, a light routine is one that gives you direction but also freedom. Think of it as a compass that guides you throughout the day, but without tying you to a rigid path. Instead of trying to control every second of your time, focus on creating blocks of activities that are important to you. And in between these activities, allow yourself moments of pause and rest. For example, if you have several tasks at work or in your personal life, instead of overwhelming yourself by trying to do everything at once, spread these activities out throughout the day. Prioritize those that really make a difference in your day, and when you complete one, allow yourself a break. This break is not a waste of time. On the contrary, it is a time to recharge your mind and body for the next task. It could be a simple coffee, a few minutes of stretching, or even a short walk to get some fresh air. These moments of pause are essential to keeping your mind balanced and your mental health in check. Without them, the day can turn into an endless marathon, in which physical and mental fatigue ends up accumulating, creating a feeling of exhaustion. With short and regular breaks, you give your brain the rest it needs to function better with more focus and clarity. Another important aspect of a light routine is to ensure that it respects your limits. We all have days when we are more productive and days when simply our body or mind needs more rest. Instead of fighting these signals, allow yourself to adjust your routine as needed. If at any point you find yourself feeling overwhelmed, it's okay to slow down. Listen to what your body and mind are telling you and adapt your routine accordingly. And this adaptation doesn't mean giving up your responsibilities. On the contrary, it means being more strategic in how you manage your time and energy. If there's something that needs to get done, ask yourself, do I really need to do this now, or can I do it later? Often, by giving yourself a moment to rest, you become more efficient and complete tasks more calmly and productively. Another crucial point is that a light routine should include activities that bring pleasure and meaning to your day. It's not just about working and fulfilling obligations, but also about setting aside time for things that make you feel good. It can be something as simple as reading a book, caring for a plant, or even taking a moment to meditate. These small activities, which may seem unimportant, are actually essential to maintaining balance and well-being. Having a light routine also means planning your day in a way that avoids unnecessary stress. This can be done by organizing your tasks so that the most challenging ones come at times of the day when you have more energy, while lighter activities that require less mental effort can be left for times when you are more tired. This way, you respect yourself and work according to your natural rhythm, without pushing yourself more than necessary. And remember, there is no perfect routine. What works for one person may not work for another, and that's okay. The important thing is that you create a structure that works for you, that meets your needs, and that, at the end of the day, makes you feel fulfilled and at peace. Your routine should be a tool to help you maintain balance, not a prison that limits and exhausts you. And if one day things go wrong, that's okay. Flexibility is the key to a light routine. Not every day will be perfect, and accepting that is part of the process. When you allow your routine to be flexible, you give yourself room to deal with unexpected events more calmly, without putting too much pressure on yourself. This gives you more room to maneuver on days when things don't go as expected. Establishing a light and balanced routine is a way to take care of your mental health in a practical way. By creating a structure that respects your rhythm and your needs, you avoid emotional and physical exhaustion and allow yourself to live more lightly. You give yourself the opportunity to find a balance between being productive and taking care of yourself without overburdening yourself. A healthy routine is one that sustains you, that gives you strength to face your day-to-day life, but that also offers you moments of breathing, rest, and self-care. So today, look at your routine and think, how can I make it lighter? What are the priorities that really matter? How can I insert breaks throughout the day to take care of myself? By answering these questions, you will be taking an important step towards a more balanced, healthy life, and above all, with greater mental well-being. Social connection. Connecting with friends, family, or loved ones. It's amazing how something so simple can have such a profound impact on our mental health. In a world where the demands of daily life often leave us feeling isolated, social connection is one of the most powerful remedies we can offer ourselves. It doesn't have to be grand or elaborate. Sometimes a quick chat, a casual encounter, or even a casual message can bring immense comfort and remind us how loved and supported we are. The truth is that as human beings, we are biologically programmed to live in community. Since ancient times, survival has depended on our ability to form bonds, to rely on one another for support and protection. And while the modern world has changed in many ways, the need for connection remains a vital part of who we are. When we connect with others, our bodies and minds respond in positive ways. The simple act of being around someone we care about releases hormones like oxytocin, often called the love hormone, which promotes feelings of well-being and relaxation. These moments of social connection strengthen our resilience. When we share our worries, joys, or challenges with someone, something powerful happens. We realize that we are not alone. Our problems, which once seemed so big and heavy, become lighter when shared. It's almost as if the act of sharing a worry makes it melt away, making it easier to deal with. And it doesn't have to be a long conversation about our deepest fears. Sometimes just hearing the voice of a loved one brings a sense of relief, a reminder that we are seen and heard. Imagine this. You've had a tough day. Maybe things at work haven't gone as expected, or some personal worry is weighing you down. But instead of shutting yourself down, you decide to pick up the phone and text that friend who always makes you laugh, or simply ask how they're doing. Minutes later, you're texting each other, reminiscing about funny stories, or making plans for a weekend coffee date. Suddenly, the weight of your day seems lighter. The exchange of words, the shared laughter, all of these things have the power to transform your mood, to lift you out of emotional isolation, and to connect you with something bigger. And the interesting thing is that these moments of connection don't have to be long or elaborate. Small gestures like a quick coffee with a colleague, a family dinner, or even a loving message to someone you haven't seen in a while can have a profound impact. The quality of the connection matters much more than the amount of time you spend with people. A simple "I'm thinking of you" can be enough to rekindle a bond and bring a sense of warmth and closeness. These interactions are even more important during difficult times. When we're facing emotional challenges or periods of stress, our natural tendency is often to isolate ourselves, thinking we need to deal with everything alone. But it's precisely in these moments that social support becomes crucial. Talking to someone about what we're going through can give us a new perspective, bring up solutions we hadn't considered, and most importantly, make us feel supported. Being around people who care about us strengthens us, reminds us of our resilience, and gives us the strength to keep going. Social connection also has a direct effect on our long-term mental health. Studies show that people who maintain strong, positive relationships are less likely to develop depression and anxiety. In addition, social interactions foster feelings of belonging, which are fundamental to our emotional well-being. When we feel part of a group, whether it's a family, a community, or a circle of friends, our self-esteem is boosted. We feel valued, important, and connected to something bigger than ourselves. Another essential aspect of social connection is that it helps us practice empathy. By listening to the challenges and joys of those around us, we learn to put ourselves in their shoes, better understand their emotions, and offer our support. And this exchange of empathy is not only beneficial to the person receiving the support, it also enriches us emotionally, making us more sensitive and aware of the feelings of others. And we must not forget that social connection is not limited to friends or family. Often, simple moments of interaction with coworkers, neighbors, or even strangers can have a positive impact. An exchanged smile, a good morning in the elevator, or a quick chat with a clerk may seem like small gestures, but they help us connect with the world around us and feel less isolated. Whatever the type, when it comes to connection, the important thing is to keep these bonds alive. In a world where technology often disconnects us from real human contact, it is essential to remember that true connection comes from meaningful interactions, the exchange of feelings and presence, even if it is virtual. The most important thing is the quality of time we spend with people, the affection we convey, and the sincerity in our words. So, how about taking the first step today? Maybe it's a call to an old friend, an invitation for coffee, or a message to someone you haven't seen in a while. Don't underestimate the power of these small gestures. Social connection is one of the most impactful ways to take care of your mental health. Each positive interaction is like a bridge that connects you to well-being, resilience, and a sense of belonging. Remember, you are not alone on this journey. The people around you are ready to support you, just as you can be the support someone needs. Cultivate these connections. They are essential for the balance of mind and heart, and make all the difference in your journey towards a healthier and happier life. Gratitude and positive thinking. When was the last time you stopped to reflect on what you are grateful for? Often, in the fast pace of our daily lives, the small moments of joy and the positive things that surround us go unnoticed. The practice of gratitude invites us to look at these details, to value what we have, to appreciate what is given to us, even in the most difficult moments. Ending the day reflecting on the things you are grateful for is a simple but transformative act. It is like turning on a small light in the midst of the darkness of daily challenges. It does not have to be something grand or extraordinary. Sometimes gratitude can be in something as simple as the soft sunlight at the end of the afternoon, the hug from a loved one, or the fact that you have found a moment of peace among so many commitments. What matters is the intention to recognize what makes you feel good, what brings comfort and meaning to your life. When you begin to practice gratitude consciously, you will realize that this small change in perspective has a profound impact on the way you see the world around you. Suddenly, the problems that once seemed insurmountable begin to shrink in size. Gratitude gives us a new lens through which to see life, making us focus more on the positive and less on the things that cause us stress and anxiety. It's not that problems disappear, but the act of appreciating the good helps us to have more strength to face adversity. Imagine this. At the end of your day, you sit for a few minutes in silence and make a small mental list of the things for which you are grateful. Maybe you feel grateful for having completed an important task at work, or for having received a loving message from a friend. Maybe your gratitude comes from something as simple as having a comfortable place to rest. These little things, which we often take for granted, are actually the foundations that support our emotional well-being. This daily practice of gratitude changes the way we face challenges. When we train our mind to focus on what is good about us, instead of only focusing on what is missing, we cultivate a more positive attitude towards life. And this change in mindset, however small it may seem, can have a huge impact on our mental health. By focusing on the positive things around us, we distance ourselves from the constant weight of worries and make room for a lighter, more optimistic state of mind. In addition, practicing gratitude has scientifically proven benefits. Research shows that people who practice gratitude regularly have lower levels of stress and depression. They are more resilient in the face of difficulties and have a more balanced view of the world. This happens because when we express gratitude, our brain releases neurotransmitters such as dopamine and serotonin, substances that are directly linked to feelings of happiness and well-being. In other words, when you practice gratitude, you are literally training your brain to be happier. And along with gratitude comes the power of positive thinking. We often underestimate the impact that our thoughts have on our mental health. But the truth is that what we focus on mentally shapes our emotional state. If we spend the whole day thinking about problems and worries, our body and mind react to this, creating a cycle of stress and anxiety. But if instead we consciously choose to direct our thoughts towards what is good and positive, we begin to break this cycle. Positive thinking does not mean ignoring problems or living in a fantasy world. On the contrary, it is an attitude that helps us face challenges in a more balanced way. It is recognizing that, even in the midst of difficulties, there is always something to be grateful for. And it is in this recognition that we find the strength to move forward, to see beyond obstacles, and to believe that things can get better. A simple positive thought can transform your mental state. Imagine that you are facing a challenge at work or in your personal life. Instead of letting yourself be consumed by worry and fear, you choose to focus on a solution. You think, I have overcome difficulties before, and I can overcome this one too. This type of thinking not only relieves the emotional burden of the moment, but also puts you in a position of greater control and empowerment. You remember your own ability to face challenges, and suddenly the situation seems less daunting. Plus, when you cultivate a positive mindset, the people around you notice it too. Positive thinking is contagious. Just as pessimism can spread discouragement, positivity can bring hope and encouragement to both you and those around you. When you decide to look on the bright side of things, you not only transform your own life, but it also inspires others to do the same. Incorporating gratitude and positive thinking into your daily routine is one of the most effective ways to accelerate your emotional recovery. No matter how difficult your day is or how big the challenges you face, there is always something to be grateful for. And by cultivating positive thoughts, you put yourself in a position of greater balance and well-being. So why not start now? At the end of each day, take a few minutes to reflect on the good things that happened to you. It could be a small victory, a kind gesture, or even a moment of silence for yourself. Be grateful for these things. And in the midst of adversity, challenge yourself to find at least one positive thought to hold on to. These small daily practices have the power to transform your perspective, strengthen your mind, and accelerate your recovery. Remember, gratitude and positive thinking are choices, and each day you have the opportunity to make that choice. Cultivate gratitude, feed your positive thoughts, and watch as little by little your mental health changes for the better. Tone of hope. Remember, mental health recovery is a process, a path that is not always linear and that can often seem slow. But the important thing is to understand that each small step you take along this path has immense value. Sometimes these steps seem almost invisible. A pause to take a deep breath, a conversation with a friend, a quiet afternoon in the sun, or a simple positive thought in the middle of a difficult day. However, it is precisely these simple and intentional gestures that, over time, bring profound changes to your mind and heart. Mental health, just like your physical body, requires daily care, but it does not have to be complicated or unattainable. Small changes in the way you approach your day-to-day life can be transformative, and it is important to know that there is no magic or immediate solution. It is a process that you build, little by little, in your own time and according to your own needs. There may be days when you feel stronger, lighter, and there may be others when the challenges seem greater. This is part of the journey, and that is okay. What matters is the awareness that you are doing something for yourself. Every conscious breath, every moment of gratitude, every pause for self-care are signs that you are committing to your own recovery. You are creating a solid foundation, strengthening your mind and nourishing your soul in a way that will gradually reflect in a more balanced life. The journey is yours, unique, and it does not need to be perfect. Progress is not always visible right away, but it is happening. With each gesture of self-care, with each positive thought, you are building a new foundation, a new way of seeing life, a lighter and healthier one. Therefore, allow yourself to recognize the value of each small victory, of each decision to take care of yourself. These are the true achievements, the ones that add up and over time turn into big changes. And remember, you are not alone. During this journey, there will always be moments of connection with those around you. People who support you and remind you that there is always hope. Even on the most challenging days, there is always something to be grateful for, something positive to hold on to. And it is these connections and these small moments of light that guide you on the path to recovery. Life is full of ups and downs, and mental health reflects this too. But with patience, care, and small changes in your daily routine, you are moving towards a more balanced mind and a more peaceful life. The important thing is to keep going, to believe in the process, and above all, to believe in yourself. The journey is yours. It belongs to you. And every step, no matter how small, makes a difference. Every moment of pause, of self-care, of gratitude. All of this is part of a larger process, of a transformation that little by little reveals itself. Do not underestimate the power of these small daily actions. They are the seeds that, over time, blossom into well-being, resilience, and inner peace. So keep hope. The road may be long, but with each passing day, you are closer to a life where your mind and heart are in harmony. And remember, you deserve this peace, you deserve this lightness. Keep taking care of yourself with love and patience, because your mental health is the most precious thing you can nurture. And so we come to the end of our video on how to speed up mental health recovery with simple changes to your daily routine. We hope you found valuable insights and feel inspired to incorporate these practices into your routine. Remember, mental health recovery is a journey, and every little step counts. Whether it's practicing mindful breathing, taking self-care breaks, establishing a balanced routine, connecting with loved ones, or cultivating gratitude and positive thinking, all of these actions contribute to deeper and longer-lasting well-being. Don't forget that your mental health is precious and deserves attention and care. Every day, you have the opportunity to make choices that bring you closer to a more balanced and peaceful life. And every little effort you make is a big step towards balance and happiness. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe to our channel for more content that can help you on this journey. Leave a comment sharing your own experiences or tips on how you take care of your mental health. And of course, share this video with anyone you think could benefit from these tips. Thank you for following along. Keep taking care of yourself, and remember, this is your journey, and every step, no matter how small, makes a difference. See you in the next video.